Right, we will come back into session. We have 3 proposals of ours that the Assembly changed, amended, and now what we have to do is consider if we want to go with their amendments. We are going to explain the concurrence to you. A proposal that was amended in the second House, and that was amended in the committee on the second day and passed on the floor of the second House, must be returned to the floor of the House of Origin for a concurrent vote. Concurrent items are taken up as a separate packet on the last day of the floor session after they have passed the second House. So right now we need to take these 3 proposals that were amended by the Assembly and concur in those. And the first one that we will look at, and we'll call on Senior Senator Ann Mack to lead us. This is Senate Proposal number 6, and Senior Senator Mack has to do relating to taxation.
Question, Mr. President.
Page 175. Yes, Senior Senator.
We have copies to look at?
Yes. You should have gotten them in your packet.
They should have been in a packet.
Okay. What happened? Would you please explain to me what happened again? What you're asking me to do?
Do you want me to explain it to him?
Yep.
What am I supposed to do?
Yesterday, when your Senate proposals, your senior Senate proposals, were being heard in the Assembly policy committees, 3 of the proposals were amended by the state or by the senior Assembly committees. Okay. So they took your proposals, or took 3 members, and they were amended in the Assembly. The Assembly passed those proposals with those amendments, but you as a body have not acted on those amended versions yet. You haven't seen those amended versions before you. And so those proposals have come back here to you now for you to concur. It's called a concurrence process. So Senior Senator Mack has one of those proposals, AP6, that's page 175. She's going to describe to you what those amendments that the Assembly put into her proposal yesterday do, and then also seek your support and concurrence in that amendment. And once that's done, the bill will be completed through its process and everything.
Got that. All right. All right. What happened in the Assembly Finance and Insurance Committee? There were a couple of tax people there that work here in the state of California, and what they amended was that to take out, in the state proposal, to take out the capital gains taxes on the sale of capital assets. Because here in the California, it is your income taxes rather than your capital gain taxes. Your capital gain taxes are federal and income taxes are state. So what they're saying is that, let's see, that a senior would allow a senior to move 65 years of age and older to move anywhere in California without paying increased property taxes as long as they are moving to a less expensive residence, and to eliminate the income tax on the sale of their residence for the state. And that was the changes that they made in that. They said I couldn't use the word capital gains tax here for the state of California. So I urge your support for this proposal because I think it's extremely important, and it would certainly help the seniors here in the state of California, and it would also help those that sell their homes and somebody buys that home and pays $500,000 or $600,000 more for it, and their taxes, property taxes, are based on what the property is worth now, rather than what it was worth under Prop 13 for those seniors. So I urge your support. Thank you.
Yeah.
To a point of information, it's my understanding that we're not going to be voting on the entire proposal, but just on the amendments. Is that not correct?
The proposal as amended is what we will be voting on.
Right, so it's the amendments that we're really voting on.
Basically,
The change.
the changes.
The senior senate as a whole has already passed these proposals
Right,
in the unamended form. Now we're just concurring.
right. We will just be concurring in that. Now, do we have any motion and so forth?
I want to just say, is there any opposition to this amendment? And if not, I'd like to use a voice vote to pass this.
Is there any opposition to this amendment?
If not, I'd like to.
If not, I'd like to ask for a voice vote. All those in favor of the amendments, all in favor of the concurring with the assembly, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. We have a little group with us in the balcony up there. This is the California Senior Legislature. This is the California Senior Senate. And we are people that are 60 years of age or older, elected from throughout the state of California, just like the senior legislature. And what we do is we carry legislation proposals so that when we look over those as for seniors, we get the legislature we try to get them to pass those into law later on. So that's what we're doing here today. We're looking out for seniors 60 years of age and older and trying to make life better for them so they can live a more quality life in the state of California. Where are you from? Roseville. Placerville. Thank you very much for being here, and we hope you enjoy your day. Our next proposal, and that we need to concur in, is SP 12. And that is Joanna Kim Selby. Page 265.
This is Joanna Kim Selby, Senior Senator, and SP 12, Senior Volunteer Month. Yesterday, at the Assembly Chamber, they would like to coincide with the National Volunteer Month. Therefore, they would like to move forward to April instead of May. So that is corrected. So that was amended. And then page 267, the line 68, there it says, now therefore be it, that is scratched. And then in place of there, new whereas is entered, whereas April in National Volunteer Month, now therefore be it, that is inserted, then that is amended, okay?
So the changes to, from May to April for volunteer month.
So basically, the change is from May to April for volunteer month. And I'm sure you concurred in that, Joanna? You have heard the author?
I took amendment, so that is, I concurred with them.
Right. You have heard the author, and now do we concur in that amendment that the Assembly made? We will take a voice vote if you have no objection. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? SP 12 passes as amended. What's the page on SP 20?
SP 20.
Yep. Our next one is SP 20, page 182. 183. Page 183. And that is Senior Senator Eaton. Okay, Senior Senator Eaton.
Thank you. This was an author's amendment in the Assembly Committee. They recommended that we add in an escalation based upon various cost of livings, and that the legislature determine which cost of living index to use, so that on line 21, they added under the description to be adjusted as specified, and on line 44, 43 and 44, they added to be adjusted based on an appropriate cost of living index. I agreed to that. I thought it was a good idea to build it in so that someday we don't have to come back again and ask for an increase in the homeowner's exemption.
Thank you. Now the question is, do we concur in that amendment? And right now, that's what we're considering. And I'll call for a voice vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? The proposal passes. Now what do we have to do?
That's it. That's the end of the legislative process. Now you got to start doing your JRC and Ledge Committee.
But we don't do this. The Senate doesn't do that this year.
What's that?
Senate doesn't do that this year.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So,
Only thing that's left is the balancing of the proposal. We can't do that.
so that's it.
We can't do that. We can't do that until we can't do that until we get the...
But see, she had it on the list for now, but you don't do it that way. You do it all together.
Okay, I'm going to turn this mic over to you then to wind up.
And I think one of the things we should do is, explain to everybody that everything in this bill is never involved as part of the It was, meticulously restored and aggressively maintained very dedicated great sense. We need to make sure that we everything all that everything is left in the condition it became.
Okay. What do I tell them to put in trash and trash?
Yeah, trash can be the trash. Make sure it's
Okay,
all
but that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, I'll go over that again.
And to take your flyers back to the school.
The brown. Why don't we just have somebody pick them up?
That concludes our legislative procedures. Really, I really want to thank you for being the ladies and gentlemen that you have been the last 2 days and getting that done, because we have worked on time and on schedule, and we have, I think, have been efficient because of you. Now to wind the thing up and to give you all the nitty-gritties of what we should do and shouldn't do, and the things we're going to need to do from here on in, we have our own Senior Senator Dee Ehrman.